Thank you, Dr. Porter. First of all, even though this is our inaugural intern class, as Dr. Porter alluded to, this is not a new idea. This is something that has been marinating for at least 3 years, 3 to 4 years, and it really is the thought leadership of Dr. Porter combined with assistance from President Bourne and Gene Rainbolt, who really have provided the vision and leadership for us to have the opportunity today to execute what you're about to see. So for that, I thank you, Dr. Porter. So on the topic of where the rubber meets the road, I want to talk a little bit about just the overall program, how it works. Brag a little bit on our interns, talk to you at a high level about these projects, and then turn it over to the real stars of our show. So our program, there are 3 big components. Upon receiving admittance to the internship program, we put our interns through a rigorous boot camp. This is a week-long series of activities that exposes them to, at a high level, to the fundamental steps of the entrepreneurial process and technology commercialization in general. So they walk out of there after 2.5 days of pretty hardcore training, understanding the lingo, how the game's played, and have a general sense for how to take a technology to the marketplace. This is very instrumental because many of our interns, in fact the majority of our interns, aren't from a traditional business background, and this is by design, and I'll explain that in a moment. Upon graduating from the boot camp, there is a weekly seminar series, which Dr. Porter alluded to. This is an opportunity for the interns to take the breadth that they learned at the boot camp and really acquire the depth of perspective around individualized topics dealing with entrepreneurship or technology commercialization. One week we might have a venture capitalist in the classroom telling us, how do you size a deal? The next week we might have a serial entrepreneur who talks about how you create value off of an idea. How do you take it from the lab to the marketplace? We may have a CEO of a company or a state leader or someone responsible for regional economic development. But in any case, there's always a tremendous traditional pedagogical learning opportunity for our interns, combined with the third piece of the program, which is the project team, the actual tech commercialization work that we're performing. Our interns, there are 11 this fall. We've been able to bump it up to 12 for the spring. We're excited to continue to grow the program. They come from 11 different majors, econ, all sorts of business majors, mechanical engineering, industrial, communications majors, and MBA. Tremendous reflection of the broader areas of focus that we have as our university. And that's by design. If you think about the most successful business organizations today, it's not just a bunch of accountants sitting around making decisions or a bunch of engineers working in the lab driving the strategy of the company. By design, the top organizations in corporate America today field cross-functional teams, gather a variety of perspectives, someone with deep financial experience, or someone that's highly creative, or a strategic thinker, or someone that understands process and operation. And they put this breadth of knowledge together to challenge each other, to be creative, to come up with the best ideas, and to come up with the best right answer for a company in a given situation. That's the ecosystem that we're trying to recreate, and I think that we're succeeding in recreating here at the Center for the Creation of Economic Wealth. Our interns, we have club presidents, campus leaders, varsity athletes. They come from 3 states and 2 countries. Incredibly diverse group, yet they have some commonalities as well. They're all intellectually curious. They want to learn more. It's just in their blood. They're all mature beyond their years, which is tremendously important when interacting with mentors from the private sector, esteemed thought leaders being our researchers, and potential commercial partners that we may be pursuing. They have a common thread of maturity. Their work ethic, unparalleled. You guys put me to shame back from my undergrad work ethic. I don't know how you do it, but these guys spend, I would say, 15 to 20 hours a week on the program. We only ask about 8 a week from them. But because of their innate drive to learn more, to produce more, to give back to the university through their efforts, they're here all the time. It's not uncommon to see them 3:30 in the morning, 6 a.m. I know who you know who I'm talking about. Crunching numbers, working on slides, really planning the way forward for the team. This is dedication, and it's just in their blood. And it's a commonality across them all, despite their diversity. Tonight you'll learn about 3 projects. Wireless Wear, at a high level, this is a software program that provides real-time mission-critical information to emergency responders to improve the efficacy of their work, namely police departments. You'll learn about a new technology for crude oil refining, one that simultaneously has the potential to boost the revenue of good products coming out the back end of a refinery, and maybe even reduce the cost side through energy efficiencies of refining crude oil. A tremendous technology. And finally, you'll learn about an idea that really, in my opinion, is the missing link to the long-term success of our commercialization efforts here at the university, and that's capital. How do we take our best ideas in an expedient manner, find a way to provide them with the growth capital they need to get to the marketplace? Absent capital, many times an idea will sit on the shelf. Despite the horsepower, the hours that go into it, if you don't have the money to build the prototype or to do the market analysis or get on the plane to go meet that first customer, you're selling yourself short. And we're going to fix that. So I've talked a lot. Hope you have a better flavor for this, but I do want to share with you something that our PR team and our interns put together. It really is sort of an overall multimedia reflection of a day in the life of a CCW intern.
Today, we are faced with the challenge of competing in a rapidly changing, knowledge-based global economy. Oklahoma is poised to compete by creating companies and industries around our own talent and technology. The Center for the Creation of Economic Wealth at the University of Oklahoma is leading the way. At CCEW, students, inventors, and entrepreneurs join together to move key technologies to the marketplace. From medicine to bioengineering to meteorology, CCEW is helping shape Oklahoma's future. The Center for the Creation of Economic Wealth at the University of Oklahoma.